still out there.
I'd like to give Creighton and Greg McDermott a lot of credit, man. They just played a great game, a great game plan, and you know they just played really physical, and they played great defense, and you know, and we just had to gut it out. I mean, they just made it an ugly game, and we had to be willing to play ugly and gut it out, and we did. And you know, it's a road game in this conference, and in this atmosphere, great crowd. Just it's not pretty. It's not pretty, but proud of our guys. I'm proud of our guys' guts.
Defensively, they seem to really stuck to you like pretty much all the first half, and then when you needed it in the second half, getting them to stop. So
Yeah.
have they shown that kind of?
Well, I didn't watch every game they played, but that was the most physical and aggressive I've seen them play defensively. But I didn't see every game, so they did a great job. They really did a great. That was their game plan: just get up in us, be physical, be aggressive, and you know, we couldn't run our cuts. They forced us to just have to drive the ball, and they did a good job. They did a real good job, and it's not easy to respond to that, and that's why.
Did you feel fortunate considering the way you shot in the first half that you were only down one point?
Definitely. I felt good at halftime. You know, in that you know, we weren't prepared for that type of defensive game plan, and I thought our guys adjusted pretty well towards the end of the first half. So I felt like we could be okay in the second half, but they actually picked it up in the second half, and we had a good. We almost separated. That's what we got in the second half. We get it to 8. Was 11, and we almost separated. They just did a good job. Just kept grinding, hit some threes, hit some tough shots. But that's why I give Greg a lot of credit, man. I've watched that team play a lot of games. They're in every game. They never quit, and they still execute. They still believe in what they do. It's a real credit to Greg and their program.
To both of the players, what was the biggest difference you saw in Creighton tonight compared to what you saw a month ago at your place?
I think they just. I'm trying to remember. That was a long time ago. No, they definitely play very well at home. But they came out. I just think they just weren't making shots at our place, and we were giving them open looks. And I think we were making shots to start, so we got out to a little comfortable lead, and then they were never able to come back on us. But tonight they're a tough home team, and we know that coming into this game. So they had the crowd behind them, and they were making shots, and we weren't. So we just knew that we just had to keep grinding and try to steal it at the end.
Dylan, I think it's safe to say there's a lot of chaos out there with the crowd yelling and a lot of scrambles on different possessions by both teams. You know, coaches, you know, getting up and being vocal. What was it like for the players to try to operate in that kind of environment where it's just so crazy out there?
You know, I think, you know, Coach, you know, teaches us, you know, to tune everything out. You know, we came here, you know, as the Villanova Wildcats, and, you know, we're leaving, you know, with just us. So, you know, when we get in a game like that, you know, nothing rattles us because, you know, we're here for our brothers. We're here for the coaches. And, you know, it was a great atmosphere, but, you know, that shouldn't affect us at all. You know, if the gym was empty, we would still play the same way. You know, we play hard, smart, and together, and with pride. So, you know, the crowd was great, but, you know, that doesn't affect our game.
Coach, what did you talk to your team about at halftime? I mean, it was pretty apparent that the first 4 or 5 minutes coming out of halftime was going to be crucial to the game.
Well, really, like I said this earlier, we were not prepared for that type of game plan. When I say we were not prepared, we didn't have our players prepared for them to just get up in us and just be physical and just stay with our guys everywhere, you know. And so later in the second half, we started making adjustments. It's hard to do that in timeouts. So we just reviewed what we were trying to say in the timeouts about, hey, they're just being physical. We got to take it at them. And you could tell first play, the second half, offensive foul. You know, Darren Hilliard came out, did what I told him to do. You got to take it at them because they're just getting up in us and being physical. And then defensively, you know, Milliken started hitting some threes. We had to make a little adjustment on him. So that was it. I mean, we felt good at halftime. We just really had to change our game plan completely.
After the offensive foul late to give them the ball back with 6 seconds left, what was the game plan to take away, some of their options?
Well, when that happens with 6 seconds there and they're at the other end, that's all the players. It's hard to even yell down. And the players played, our basic base OB defense, but they communicated themselves. They knew the scouting report. Like that's what an experienced team does. We had nothing to do with that because they're screaming. Creighton was out on the court, like in a huddle, so they couldn't see past Creighton to see down to me. Those guys just did it. They did it themselves. It was a great possession. That's where I'm really proud of their guts, man. They really did that on their own.
The players, that's a quick turnaround, a momentum switch right there. What were you guys communicating to each other as far as what you wanted to take away from them on that last one?
Just do what we do. We coach puts us in those predicaments in practice all the time. It makes it hard. For us on defense, being down 2, being down 3 with 6 seconds left, 17 seconds left. So, when we were in that position today, it was like we do it every day in practice.
Ryan, Coach used the word gutty several times. Is that as gutty an effort as you guys have had?
I would say it's pretty much up there. I mean, that was a great atmosphere, like Dylan was saying, and just everything was just back and forth, and we couldn't get a stop, and they were playing some good defense, and just it was just an overall solid team effort. But I would say that was one of our guttiest performances of the year.